Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Cyberstolf, and welcome back to another LEGO set review video. It's been a while since we've done one of these, and I'm super excited for this one, as today we are taking a look at the LEGO Ideas Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas set. So this is a really awesome set. Like, I was super excited for this one, as Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my favorite films. So when I saw that LEGO was finally doing a set over this film, I was super excited for it, and just finished building it today. So I'm really excited to dive a full review into it. So, to cover over some of the basic stuff of this is the 59th set, I believe, of LEGO Ideas as a whole. Well, it's for ages 18 and up. Its set number is 21351. It has 2,193 pieces, and it costs around $200 in total. Well, it also comes in with 3 instruction booklets this time instead of one, which I think is a pretty cool idea. So if you're building this with friends, you can divide up the booklets as well as like the baggies, I guess, that each of the bricks come in, and that way you can build the set faster and put it together and get it much more quickly. And finally, it also comes in with 6 minifigures, though technically 8, which we'll cover over that in a little bit. And about average, I think it generally would take like a full day to fully finish and to fully build up the set but it was around like 11 to 12 hours, at least for me. But overall, I'd say like this is a really cool set, and I'm super excited to dive into a full review in this. So if you guys are familiar with this, basically first we're gonna go over the minifigures first, and then when they're done, we're gonna take a deeper look into the sets and do a full review on this. So without further ado, let's get the pedestal out and get some review on the road. So to begin with the minifigures, here we have, of course, the Pumpkin King himself, Jack Skellington. So first of all, I love the approach that they did for this character. Like, they really made it screen accurate by bringing back the old Toy Story minifigure bodies for this one. Like, it's perfect. Like, it perfectly captures, like, Jack's overall height. So I really love that they brought back in, like, the extended legs and arms for this. It works really great for this. Printing-wise, pretty simplistic. Like, we got some printing, like, on the front and back at the torso or so, and same thing with the legs. On the sides, it's the arms and the legs, they're completely blank. I did wish that they continued on with some printing on the sides, especially since in the LEGO minifigures Disney Wave 2 sets, I believe, the Wave 2 on the minifigures figures, they had like full printing for the character. So it really confuses me of like why they didn't bring it back for this one, but maybe it has to do with like maybe the decal printings like weren't able to fully work on them for like extended long legs and arms, but that's all right, because it still captures like the overall design for Jack. The face I think is a pretty good expression, getting Jack's like little open mouth smile into it. I do like that it's just one head that they didn't do double faced, which we'll get into more with some of the other characters. And I also love this custom design. Like, I don't know if we can remove his head for a second. But I love that they brought in, like, his custom bat bow tie. I think this is a really cool piece. It's really awesome. And it's kind of unique of how, with the printing of it, like, once removed the bow tie, you can see that it's kind of blank underneath. I guess this way of, like, when to put it back on, it doesn't look a little weird in case, like, there was a bow tie printing underneath. And it gives it a little bit more of a flair to this. So overall, I'd say, like, this is a pretty solid figure. Again, as I said before, I wish that they had continued on doing the line printing, especially like with the legs and whatnot, and do a little bit more detailing on the arms. But apart from that, it's still a pretty cool figure, and I do like the added accessories here and there. Next up for minifigures, here we have Sally. And so far, I'd say out of all the figures, this one definitely has like the most detailing when it comes to like the decal printing. So she's got printing like on the front and back of her torso, and she's also got like some printing like around with her legs, and same thing on the sides. It does look like that the printing does cut off a little bit. Which is kind of a bum, because I wish that it had continued on all the way through, but that's all right. On the arms, I do like the different colored sleeves to sort of be screen accurate to how she is in the movie. And I mean, the face printing, I do like how they did like the simplistic like Lego eyes, which mixing in with the minifigure body, which I think works pretty well overall. I do like the custom hairpiece, like it kind of matches up with her hairstyle pretty well. And on with the back, she actually comes And it actually comes in with the secondary face, so if you wanted to switch up expressions, you could. I do like the sort of ghostly green, like sea breeze, I guess, to match up with her skin tone. I think it works pretty good. It's pretty good. No printing on the back of the legs, which honestly I don't think I've ever seen like an official Lego minifig do full back leg printing as well, leg printing as well. So, but it's all right. It's okay. Okay. Overall, I'd say like printing wise, as I said before, for this one has the most detailing and it looks pretty good. I think it's pretty good overall. I do wish that they kind of continued on with a couple of stuff here and there, and like maybe make the colors blend in a little bit more here and there. But apart from that, it's still pretty good and this is still a pretty solid figure, I'd say. Next up on our list here, we have Zero. This one is probably my favorite because of how unique and how interesting that they went in for this character design. So, as you can see, like, it perfectly captures Zero's overall design from the movie. And I especially love that they went this far as to make an entirely different, like, Lego custom mold for this set. So, to actually see this, looks really great. It's pretty simplistic. Also, as a whole, like, underneath, like, you can see there's just a singular stud piece, so you can, like, put him on here, and he stays perfectly in place. And it does have kind of a little bit of a wave effect to kind of give out the idea that he is a ghost dog, so he's supposed to, like, float. I love that they also included, like, the little pumpkin nose, and you can see, like, the smile goes all the way, like, from the sides and to the head, all the way to the nose, which perfectly replicates how he is in the movie. I'm a little surprised that this one, it doesn't glow in the dark. And Gark's, like, since he's supposed to be a ghost dog, I was actually expecting it to be kind of like one of those special like glow-in-the-dark pieces where it absorbs light, and when the light goes off, like, it glows in the dark perfectly. But since it doesn't, I'm a little surprised by that, but that's alright, because the mold itself is still amazing, and it's still very, very impressive, so it's definitely my favorite of the set. Next up here, we have the Mayor of Halloween Town. It's technically not a minifigure, more of a buildable figure, but I do like how they approached on for this character, so we're going to include it in as a minifigure. So, with the overall design of it, I love that they included in, like, these are all printed pieces, like, I didn't have to take any stickers and put them on, which I think works really, really great. It helps make the piece look much more seamless and everything. I did like how they approached it on with the little arms here. He's got, like, his little megaphone, and over here, I believe there's supposed to be, like, the plans that he carries in for next year's Halloween when he goes to speak with Jack. And I do like the head printing as well, like, on the front here, we can see, like, his usual, like, happy face, and then, like, moving in here for the bag, we can see, like, his concern. Jack, I'm only an elected official. So I think it works really, really great, and you can, especially, like, you can pull this off and put it back on here, so you can, like, switch up his expressions, just like in the movie. I think it works really great. I do like the approach that they did for the little top hat. I think it works pretty well as well. And it's overall a pretty great idea. And I'm genuinely surprised that they approached on for this character, as I figured that if they were going to include in the Mayor, that they would just do, like, a simple minifig. But I do like how they did it with this character on making him a full buildable figure. I think it works pretty good. And again, I especially love that they made all these, like, actual printed pieces instead of, like, just taking stickers and putting them on here. It makes it easier to build a figure overall, together, and that way, like, the stickers, if putting them on incorrectly, it doesn't look all lopsided and everything. It's always a problem, but I like how these are printed pieces, and it's overall a pretty good approach for the character. Next up here, we have Santa Claus, or Sandy Claus, So I'd like that they carried on over with, like, the Santa hat, as well as, like, the shaggy white beard for this character. Printing wise, I'd say it's pretty simple. Like, we got some printing on the front, and nothing really on the back, or on the sides over here. On the arms, I did like how they have these black hands to represent them, sort of like his black gloves. How he has, just like in the movie. He's also carries a candy cane, which I think is the first time I've gotten one of these pieces. So I think it's a pretty cool piece. And he also has, I don't know how to go ahead and try to remove the head. He's also got a little bit of more extra printing. And printed, like, underneath, we can see, like, got some candy corn on the front, and on the back there's, like, a little lollipop up here. And real quick before we put the beard back on, he also comes in with a double-sided face. So on one here we have his happy, jolly face, and on the back he has, like, his worried and concerned face. I'm not sure if it was, like, fully if it was like fully needed to do the double face and double face, because when adding it on with the beard, it kind of blends in pretty well together. Like they both look pretty similar, pretty simple and simple. Like it just looks like a regular standard face, and then, like moving on over with the back, we can see that like on over with the back. Oh no, I want to. We can see that, like, it's roughly about the same. I'd say, like, the only difference really is, like, their eyebrows. Would be, like, the eyebrows. Like, the shot face, the eyebrows are a little bit higher and higher. But aside from that, honestly, it very much looks the same. So I'm not sure, like, really, if there was, like, a point to doing the double face for this one. But it's still a pretty solid figure. Figure as a whole, like, could use a little bit more printing. Not so. Last up for the figures here, we have the Resident Troublemakers, the Boogie Boys, Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Since they come in as a trio, I figure we could go ahead and just review them all at the same time. Plus, they're pretty easy figures, so we could go ahead and get them out of the way. So first off, taking a look at the figures, here we have with Lock, Barrel, and Shock. So with each of them, apart from the face printing, honestly, they're really all very simplistic figures. Like, especially like we can see here, these are just like regular torsos. I'd say Barrel is the only one with a lot of detailing on with the front torso. On the back, there's nothing really going on. But apart from the faces, like these are all pretty simplistic, pretty basic figures, which is all right because their clothing, like in general, is pretty simplistic, and only real difference between them is mostly with their masks. On the back, we can see that they all have double-sided faces as well, so you can like switch up their expressions. I do kind of wish that the expression kind of changed a little bit with like custom masks or something. But I think those would have been like different pieces overall. With their hair pieces, like they're pretty like basic Lego hair pieces. But I feel like that they are also like as close to accuracy as possible with each of their hairstyles in the movie. And of course, like they also have their walking bathtub, which I think is a nice little detail for them, but. For them, I'd say only one complaint would be like kind of like how this part in the middle is the only one that a figure can't really sit in. But I think that was intended for when putting them all in, especially that since Lock here has like this this actual like solid molded like skirt piece. I'd say that it kind of works because when putting it on here, you can see that the figure doesn't fully put in. So I think like that was part of the reason. So that way on the side the figure can fully sit in. Apart from that, like you could fit them all like in the tub like as they're walking around as their mode for transportation, or also if they wanted to capture Santa Claus, can like stick them in here and be like, yay, capture the Santa Claus. So I'd say that like they're very simple figures as a whole. I might do some customization to like make them properly with like screen accuracy with like masks and whatnot. But aside from that, I'd say that like as a set overall and for like mass producing, it does work. It does work. All right, now that the figures are done, we can move on to the rest of the set. So one of the cool things about the set is that it can divide up into 3 components. And components like we can see here on this piece here, it can connect to the other buildings, and that's why there's 3 booklets. So we're gonna go through these one at a time. So first off, we're gonna check out City Hall, which I'd say it does a pretty good job of replicating how it is in the movie. Like we see here on the front, we got like the fountain, like just with the opening intro. We got this really cool tree piece, which was a little bit difficult to put together, mostly of getting all these in the correct position, getting all the branches into the correct positions. But it's good, and good overall. We got this cool custom fabric piece here for like a little banister, and on top you can see like the little countdown, 35 days to Xmas. These were put on a sticker. Same thing with this clock. Clock overall, which it's fine. It's fine. Like wasn't super difficult to put on as I feared it was, but nevertheless, still looks pretty good. And good. We also got like you can see like this door we can open up on the inside, which we'll take a look about in a bit. We also have like these cool pieces for where like the roof can come undone. And looking at it from up here, we can see that there's some Christmas decorations hiding inside. What's cool about this is that with these pieces, these are designed to where they can like slide on here pretty easily, so that way you can like put them on and take them off like whenever if you want to like get a better look inside with the roof itself. It makes it easier to remove those, but it also does make it difficult. Does make it easy of like if you're removing this and it does fall off. So that's a little bit takeaway, but it's still alright. All right, now at the back over here, we can go ahead and actually remove the top of the roof and get like a better view inside like City Hall, where Jack would be like giving his presentation. It's pretty cool for like we got a couple of benches that you could like put some figures in there, little podium at the front. The door like does open, but not all the way. It's fine though. Fine though. And I don't know how well you can see it. Okay, there we go. There we go. But also got like these cool theater masks like on both sides. On both sides of the building, really cool, as well as these like little torches. And one more thing before, and just setting down the camera for a bit, go ahead and you can also remove the top part of this, and underneath inside, we get like a little side here with, we got like a skeleton with a cauldron, as well as a wreath and a pitchfork, and a spider, like nice little like additional bonus details here and there. It's overall a pretty cool set design. Like I like the little hidden secrets that you can like add in, as well as like the various references just like in the movie. I think it looks really great. The centerpiece of the set, which is Jack's house, which I gotta say it looks really cool. Like it captures the overall design of the house just like in the movie really well. And also, since it's the center part, so we got these parts on both the sides to where we can stick both the other pieces into this, which is really great. Right, we got another tree, this time with fall leaves, which suits perfectly fitting well with the overall constant fall theme for Halloween. You know what I mean? We got like the front gates, which I don't think I've gotten a sets with these kinds of pieces. So these look really cool. Cool. I got like little, I'm assuming they're, hang on. I'm assuming they're supposed to be like little bat gargoyles or something, but on top of the gates, which looks really cool. Cool. It's got various pumpkins scattered around. Same thing with the other sets. We got like the eye on the door, especially like when the mayor's ringing the doorbell. And open up inside, we can see there's a Christmas sack as well as a Christmas tree. Real quick before we move on to the back, we can see up on the top, this really cool like curved shaped chimney. It looks really nice. Now moving on to the back. Well, real quick, we can also remove the roof as well as on this set, so we can see like some Christmas wreaths inside. It looks really great and really cool design. I especially like the roofing design of this. I think it looks really great. Now looking at the back of the house, we can see like some extra added secrets in here. So we can see like little Christmas tree. You can't really see the sack since it's behind the tree, but that's all right. And of course, like up here we have Jack's main room as well as like his little laboratory. So go ahead and remove the roof so we can get like some better lighting in there. But we can see like on the top of the shelf where you have like some of the various stuff. So we have like a skull, a pumpkin, little spider going around, as well as like some Christmas stuff hidden here and there, which I do like about the set, how there's like hidden Christmas stuff like scattered around the set, and it's kind of hidden in a way. I think it looks great. And of course, like on the inside, we can see like his various experiments. So I was trying to figure out what is Christmas. This was a little chalk here, and probably my favorite part about this, we have like the little portrait of Jack dressed up as Santa Claus. This was added in on for a sticker, but I think it still looks really great. Like that's one of my favorite art pieces of the different styles of Jack in this style, and then as well as him in his Pumpkin King outfit. I think it looks really cool. It's overall a really cool set piece. Like it definitely does get. It's overall a really cool set piece. I'd say like the most difficult part about building this one was probably the tree, as well as like getting the roof, specifically getting the bricks in the way for where the roof lines up pretty perfectly. Well, not perfectly, but lines up accurately, as well as like making sure that this stays on. And same thing with the tree, like with the previous one, of like just lining these branches up as well as keeping this on, because this one and the other one kept having a habit of falling off. But overall, this is a really cool build, and I think it looks really great. And last but certainly not least, these for the set pieces, here we have the Spiral Hill. I feel like that this really completes the set, as the Spiral Hill is the most iconic piece from Nightmare Before Christmas. And if this was more of like Lego's Disney 100 year sets with the various like individual book setting pieces, I believe is what they were. Or I can see Nightmare Before Christmas as having one of these, and this being the piece as again the Spiral Hill is very iconic, and to me it really completes the set. So with the overall pieces of the set, of course, we got the hill itself, which was a pretty interesting approach to do. I like the various pieces that they used to like give it more and give him more detailing here and there. And down here, of course, like we have the little cemetery that Jack passes through to reach for the hill. I really like this. It's Zero's gravestone, and there's a piece in here, so we can set it up, and it looks like looks like he is nearby his gravestone, which I think is really great. Right? And on top over here, we can put in. Now we have enough room pieces to where like we can set up Jack as well as like place in Sally to sort of replicates their last scene in the movie. And this piece back here with the moon is, I feel like it's made of cardstock or something. Like as we look over here at the back, what's supporting this thing up is just through this singular piece. And down here we get like a couple more hidden secrets. With this time with a skull and a pumpkin and a little spider in the back. But a nice little detail is that each of them come with translucent yellow heads. I guess like if you wanted to put a light underneath these, they can like light up like a true jack-o'-lantern. And yeah, that's overall with this one. Like, there's not really a whole lot really to talk about in this one, unlike the other two. But like I said before, it's such an iconic scene from the movie that I really felt that it's perfect that they included it in for this set. As it truly does look really, really cool. Alrighty, that's going to do it for this review of the LEGO Nightmare Before Christmas set here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, for some final thoughts of the overall set, I'd say it's a pretty cool set. Like, I love the locations they chose for this build. The minifigure selection is pretty good. Although, I'm surprised they didn't include some other iconic characters like Oogie Boogie or Dr. Finkelstein. As they're very well known in the movie. So, that's a little bit interesting they didn't include them in. And I mean, I'm hoping there'll be like a part 2 to this set for where characters like those will be included in that set. We'll see how that goes in the future. Price wise, it does live up to like being around 200, but I feel that like they could have bumped it down to like 180, maybe 175, somewhere around there. Or like it is big enough to go around in that price range, but I don't think it necessarily needs to be in that really, really high price range. And I feel that like sets have lately have been getting into that extremely high price range that when really looking at it, you're like, that doesn't need to really be in that price range. But those are just my thoughts. And overall, with all that said and done, I give this set like a 9.5 out of 10. Like a couple of stuff that I wish they could have fixed up, like including an Oogie Boogie. And Boogie as a character in the set definitely feels like should have been a thing. And again, with like some of the stuff like the price range and whatnot. But those are all just my personal opinions. Because apart from that, this is still a pretty cool set. I love the minifigure selection that they did bring in, and I love the references that they have here and there. It's still pretty cool. So it's overall a really, really cool set, and I'm really glad that I bought this. This is giving me motivations to work on a Lego custom Nightmare Before Christmas showcase, so I'm definitely going to be working on that in the future. I definitely want to remake my Jack Skellington minifig, and I can also maybe like do some modifications on a couple of other figures like the Mayor and Sally, maybe Zero, but he's really, really great as he is, so I might just leave him as that. I definitely want to recustomize on the Boogie Boys, which I got some custom parts on the way, so hopefully they'll be arriving soon so I can get to work on those. And overall, I think that's going to call it good. Okay, so if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notifications. It really helps us work on Lego products, and we'll have some fun. So overall, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, come on over to next year to Reddit. We're going to do follow me on Twitch. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye-bye!